delicious. They smell like maple syrup, even though there's cinnamon. So anyway, that's what they look like. Yeah, I figured I would kind of tell a story too. I don't have a lot of like super interesting stories, and you know, this one I thought was pretty funny, but yeah, the mowers are next door, so you guys might hear the mowers. What else is new, right? Let's try one. Oh my god, they taste like French toast. Yum, yum, yum. Here comes another plane. Oh. So yeah, we just took a road trip. These are so good, you guys. They're not very healthy for you. It literally tastes like you're eating like French toast, but crunchy and bite-sized. Okay, so let me get into my story real fast. I'm a lover of Broadway music. I always have been since I was a kid. Like, my first real love of singing was like from the musical Annie. Do you guys remember Annie? Of course you do. The sun will come out tomorrow. So I loved all the songs from Annie, and it was like my favorite. So since I was like 6 or 7. Anyway, so as I got older, a little bit older, maybe like 10 or 11, my mom watched this movie called Yentl with Barbara Streisand. If you've ever seen Yentl or have not seen it, it is like my favorite movie. It's just such a, I don't know, such a different movie, and Barbara Streisand directed it. She it was like her idea. She just made this amazing story about a girl who grew up in the olden days of she was Jewish, and they weren't allowed to study. So basically she decided she wanted to study. Her father passed away and she decided she wants to study, so she turned herself into a boy, and she went across the country and went to go study because she wanted to learn. So she meets Mandy Patinkin, and that is where my love affair with Mandy Patinkin began. In Yentl, she was like the main character, and he was like the love interest. She was in love with him, but she was a boy, and so, or she was a woman, but she couldn't tell him she was a man because he thought she was or she couldn't tell him. Sorry, you guys, I'm making this really, really weird story. So anyway, my love affair with Mandy Patinkin began then. I was 11, 10 or 11, or maybe younger. And then I saw him in The Princess Bride. Do you guys remember that movie? It's the funniest. The Princess Bride. And I was oh my god, I'm in love with you. So basically, I started started buying everything that he ever sang. Like, he had this like brand new album out. Came out in like 1989. So I bought it and I played that thing to death. It was Broadway. Now he does show tunes best. Like, I love him so much. I love his voice. I love his personality. I love the way he's like so, he gets into his music like so much. Like he's, talking with my hands. He's just very like dramatic, and I just love that. I love everything about him. So anyway, I started buying all of his albums and listening to them like on repeat for, oh my god, and I still love him. I don't listen to him much anymore, but like I just have so much love and respect for him. I think he's like one of the most amazing, talented people of our lifetime. So my story begins. That was like the backstory. So like, cut to, I was living down in Florida. I was an adult now, in my 20s, and I was living in Florida. Now, one of my other cousins was living in Florida as well, across the state from me. I was on the West Coast, she's on the East Coast. And Mandy Patinkin, I found out he was coming to her area where she lived. So I freaked out, and I'd never seen him in concert before. He was doing a concert, a tour. So I went online and I booked tickets. I got 2 tickets, and I called my cousin and I said, I'm like, Rachel, Mandy, my favorite singer, is coming to Boynton Beach, and I want to go see him. Do you want to go with me? And she was like, sure, why not? Now, she had never heard of him at the time. So, basically, of course she was up for anything, because she loves theater too. She grew up in like, doing plays in high school and stuff. So, anyway, I drive all the way over, like maybe 3 hours over to her side of the state, and I was gonna spend the night at her house. And she was so sweet. She got like okay. So here's the other part of the story. I was so excited to see Mandy Patinkin for the first time and live. So I went and I bought like a brand new dress, brand new shoes. I got jewelry. I got everything. I was so excited. And back then I was super skinny, like really, I had like a really rockin' body and everything. And like, I bought this beautiful red satin, like kimono dress, and it had black embroidery on it, and it was so pretty. It looked so good on me, and it was like long and slim silhouette, like just beautiful. So I got new shoes. I got everything. And back then we wore stockings, like we wore nylons. So I bought a new pair of nylons, and it was just so excited. So I drove over there, and Rachel was so funny. Like, she's like, okay, we're gonna go to the concert, but I'll buy dinner. You bought the tickets, I'll buy dinner. So she went and she ordered takeout from Carrabba's, which I had never had Carrabba's before in my life, like ever. I had at Olive Garden, but I had never eaten at Carrabba's. And she ordered, I can still remember, she ordered Caesar salads, and she ordered their pasta wheezy, which is like fettuccine alfredo with like shrimp and mushrooms and like garlic butter too. Oh my god. I still to this day will eat that at Carrabba's if I go there. It's so good. So we had a nice dinner at her house. We got ready. We drove to the theater. And I was so excited, you guys. Like when you see your idol, like that you idolize. like just crazy, like Taylor Swift or like I don't know, nowadays Billie Eilish. Like who are you guys gonna get excited about? So anyway, we sit down and he starts the concert. I'm so excited. My cousin is so nice to go with me, and like I'm like I wanted to like hold her hand, and like I was just shaking. I was so excited. So halfway through the concert, he stops singing, and his concert was just like him and his piano player. That was it. It was just him, and he was just singing songs. There was no band, there was no nothing. It was just a piano and Mandy. So he stops the concert, and he just like looks at the audience, and he was like, okay, this is my time to welcome you guys up on stage. Like, I just want, if you want to just come up on stage and give me a hug, like, or whatever, come on up. And I was like, oh. I was shocked. I was stunned. I could not believe it. And no one got up. No one in the audience. Everyone just sat there, and they were like, you know, like, are you serious? So anyway, Rachel, my cousin, pops up out of her chair, and she like steps over me to run up on stage. And when she does that, she like, her heel like caught in my stockings, and it like ripped a big tear in my nylons. And I was just sitting there, and she was like, come on, and I'm like, no, I can't, I'm too nervous, I can't. And she just popped up, and she just ran up on stage. She was the first one up on stage, and I was just like sitting there in awe watching. I was like, oh, my cousin is hugging Mandy Patinkin right now. She gave him a big hug. I can still remember, like I can still picture it. And then after she got up, everybody started getting up and going up on stage. So they were coming from like left and right on stage to hug Mandy Patinkin. And I was just like sitting there like a dumbass. So she comes back to her seat, and I was like, oh my God, I want to do it. She's like, go. So I get up the gumption, and I run up on stage. Now by this time, a few minutes had passed, and he was like on one side of the stage, and I was coming up on the other side, like walking up. Now he had a line of people that were like coming up the stairs and giving him hugs, so he was like focused on them. And here I am coming up the other side. Little old me in my beautiful red dress, standing there. And I got up on the other side of the stage, and he turns around, and I'll show you my full face, but he turns around and he looks at me, and he's like, and then he turned back around and kept hugging everybody. Like, he looked at me for like 10 seconds or 5 seconds and just gave me this blank, like, horrible look, like WTF, you know? And it crushed me, like, it totally crushed me. I was like, oh. So I was standing there up on the stage, on the other side of the stage, meanwhile he's hugging everybody, and I'm just like with my hands like this, and I was just like waiting for him, and I didn't want to be rude and like got in front of everybody, so I just turned around and walked off the stage and walked back to my seat like a big sad woman. Like, what a loser. I was crushed. I was like, oh, and I can still remember the look in his eye when he looked at me. He must have seen this, like, first of all, I was like one of the youngest people there. Everybody there was like in their 50s, 60s, 70s. And then me and Rachel, we were like in our 20s. It was pretty funny. So I went back to my seat, and I was just like so sad for the rest of the concert. And I will still, to this day, I feel bad that I never jumped up with Rachel and just ran up on stage, because now in my life at this point I'm like, why not? He's just a person. He's just a human being like you and I. And I don't know why I was so scared to get up and go. But oh my God, I was. But I will never forget the look in his eye. The way he looked at me like, you dumbass, get off the stage. So a part of me, a part of my heart died that day. Anyway, that's my Mandy Patinkin story. I've seen him like 4 times in concert, the same concert every time. And I would still go to see him. I feel like now he's older, he's like 70 something. But I think, he can still sing. He just has more of a vibrato now, like in his singing. But he's still amazing. Oh well. What are you gonna do? It's like when like little girls see their idol like Taylor Swift or something, and then they go up to ask for her autograph and she like snubs them, and then it totally makes like, you have a bad memory of that forever. These are so good, you guys. I don't know if you guys remember when I got those beaver nuggets from Buc-ee's, but they kind of taste like that, only more cinnamony. Like a churro. Like a crunchy churro. Bite size. Oh, they're really good. Anyway. Sticky. I hope you guys enjoyed my story. I have more stories, but we'll get into them another day. I just want to thank you so much for watching this video and listening to my ramble story about Mandy Patinkin. I still follow him on Instagram. His son makes these really funny videos of Mandy and his wife and like the things that they do. It's like really cute. So I follow them on Instagram. Anyway. Just want to say that I love you all, and I hope you will subscribe. Hit that like button, tap that notification bell, so you know every time I upload, and make sure you send me some comments